Alright, welcome back. This is M-Dog. And we're starting here with the PVA. Making a little PVA for Amber. And I can show you where we're fishing at today. So I know it's been a little quiet. I haven't made a lot of content lately. I am in week 2 of just like some kind of sore throat, stuffy nose, congestion, weird kind of crud. So trying to get past that. And I really just haven't felt up to doing a whole lot. But wanted to try to get something out, and I figured, hey, let's go fish for some carp. That sounds fun. I'm using 2.0 hooks on the other two, but let's put a large one hook on this one at least, just to see if that makes a difference. Make sure the right PVA's on there. So we're just at a 25 clip out here at 162.78. In my mind, this will forever be the crab corn spot, or squid corn spot, or crab and squid. But today we're trying the black currant stuff. This spot, I think of it that way because that's the first time I ever fished out here, was at a time a while ago when, you know, crab and squid, corn especially, were just going off, and that's kind of what I think of out here. But right now we're going to try the black currant stuff. I think the black currant stuff has been working pretty well here at Amber for a while, pretty much the whole time that I haven't been fishing much. It seems like, from what I've noticed, people have been doing a lot of stuff with black currant. I think if we look at the weeklies, that's still what we'll see on a lot of the weekly lists. Especially rares. Oh, what's this? Tutti Frutti. Okay. And look at this double 25. They're killing the big commons. All right, I got to figure out where that's happening. So Tutti Frutti's starting to move in. Okay, I don't even know about this Tutti Frutti push. But look at this, double 25s. Looks like people are just sitting on the giant commons with double 25 boilies. If anybody knows where that's happening, I would love to know. It's pretty obvious what they're doing, but the question is, does it matter where you do that at? That is fascinating. I'm sure it's really slow, but if you're kind of AFK fishing or whatever, might be a good way to get a big old fat common, it looks like. Man, that's weird. We had that nibble going on forever over here on this left line. I guess the fish finally just went away. But it's almost 4 a.m. I think we started at just the perfect time. We're going to hopefully see a couple decent fish in the early morning to mid-morning hours here. But that's fascinating. I was not expecting to see that double Tutti Frutti. I guess while we're sitting here waiting on the fish to bite, I could pull up Discord or something and see if anybody's talking about it. I know that a lot of folks have been farming the rares on the black currant stuff. Let's see what this first fish is. But I don't know all the spots currently. Like, I'm not sure where people's favorite spots are. I feel like last time I played, people were fishing just like right over there underneath that big tree. That was one of the spots, maybe, that people were using, but... Alright, here's double Tutti Frutti. Looks like Glock's doing it. Oh, man. I may have to try this later. And it's what I guessed. So, yeah, Glock says Bite rate is almost non-existent, but trophy chance is high. And that's double Tutti Frutti sinking boilies. Oh, that would be fun to try, although that would be a very boring video to make. This low bite rate, unless I didn't start recording until we had something huge on. At least with this spot, you can see from the very first moment I threw my lines in, so get a good fit, a good idea of what it is we're catching. All right, so we're a couple carp in here, a couple of average common carp. I did see one person that's basically fishing with the same setup we have, except they're using like 4-aught hooks in this spot. I went with large 1 on these two, but I do have a 2.0 on this one. I think if you're using 4-aught hooks out here, though, you're just trying to increase your trophy chance a little bit. And it may be that people have found that it doesn't affect the bite rate too much. So just a heads up, that is what some people are doing. Double Tutti Frutti. Let's see what Tutti Frutti ground bait stuff we even have. It looks like I do have the full mix. I mean, there's at least 4 different types of, I think these are the 4, right? So I imagine you just make all Tutti Frutti PVA and sit over there and go for it. That is crazy. Also, I'm curious about this. Somebody on Discord is talking about this Old Berg spot. I'm tempted to try that out if there's time later today, maybe. I knew this would happen, though. I would get in here, start fishing, and then start getting some more information, start seeing other spots I wanted to try. So far, this feels very slow, but I'm still hopeful that we're going to catch a nice fish or two since what time of day it is. Are the cats good this week? Somebody's asking me about catfish in chat. I mean, it's hard to tell. I'm not sure that they're like, I don't know. It's still early in the week, so I'm not gonna make any judgments. All right. Good news on the work front. Just found out that I'm going to actually be working here in a little while, which is helpful today because a lot of times I actually feel the worst at night in terms of my congestion, sore throat, and stuff. So I've been able to move up and work earlier in the day today, which is unusual for me, but overall I think will be helpful for me to not be as miserable tonight. So interesting, the smallest fish we've caught so far was just caught on our 2-0 hook. Our 2-0 hook. But let's get that back in the water here. Do you have a premium? So people in chat are asking about, what's active on Bear right now, and several people have mentioned different boily flavors that seem to be working. But remember with Bear, don't forget about potatoes and more natural baits. Sometimes that works just as well. I really hope I didn't mess this up. No, we're good. Alright, so we're going to try to fish here till probably about 10, 11 a.m. So not a super long video, but I wanted to get something in just to be able to hang out a little bit, even if it's through the creation of a video, just to make sure everybody is doing okay. And I also want to start easing back into getting a little more connected with what's going on in RF4. I feel very disconnected right now. Between being sick and I also have just been playing a lot of Final Fantasy, which has been awesome. I'm totally loving Final Fantasy, but I do want to keep getting some good time in with RF4 as well. I've just, on my main on Final Fantasy, I've just started Shadowbringers, which is the current expansion. So it's looking like for the first time ever, when Endwalkers, the next expansion, comes out in November, for the first time ever, I will be on current content in Final Fantasy XIV as an expansion releases. Not only has that not ever happened, I've never even been close before. So this will be kind of fun to experience, like, the content as it's actually coming out. I'm pretty excited about that. But having a good time. And actually, I've been playing Final Fantasy with my son as well. He's been really getting into it, which just makes it all the more fun for me. And then several of my friends and buddies have been playing it, so we've been having a good time. But as I said, I don't want to get too disconnected from RF4. It has been nice to have a little bit of a break, a little bit of separation, and I don't think I'll be like hitting it hard anytime soon, but still want to get some fishing in, still want to try to stream at least a couple times a week as I'm feeling a little better. So this has quickly turned into a much better spot, right? I mean, hopefully y'all have been noticing since that small common, we've had a 13 kilo common, 6.5 kilo frame, and an almost 10 kilo common. So we've definitely, it's definitely been a good couple of minutes here. One thing I love about coming in, especially if it's like this, it's probably been, I don't know, I bet it's been a solid week since I've really gotten in and been able to play RF4. And if I wait that long, there's always new folks in our chat, folks who are new to the game that it's so fun to be around people that are excited about the game, just getting into it, figuring things out. And I always enjoy that. But I think that's good news for the game, that there's still new players finding the game, new people that are getting excited and playing it. It's good to be reminded of that. I think sometimes for those of us that have been around for a long time, when we kind of reach a point where we need a break, or some of the people we know have taken breaks, like you start to feel like things are getting a little long in the tooth or whatever. But it's just good to be reminded there's a lot of people that still don't know about this game. There's so much content in this game to enjoy. So it's good to see that. Yeah, getting some nice fish here right now. Is that a mirror? It is. Okay. Is that a tench? Our first tench. That's a decent one, 2.5 kilo. Looks like that middle rod's getting a quick bite. We just put that one back in. was a quick hookup there. All right, we'll put this in one more time. We're going to wrap it up here soon. So we've been fishing for about 16 minutes. A little more than that because it took a while to get that first bite. But this spot is looking up, looking better and better. It's going to be hard to extrapolate and figure out exactly how good this spot is over the course of an hour without actually testing it, but I think it's going to be okay. There's definitely going to be some slower times during the day and some times where you're probably going to catch a lot of smaller stuff, which is maybe why the person I saw on the VK site was using 4/0 hooks. They're probably just trying to minimize fish like this, which I'm guessing in the afternoon when it gets hotter and it slows down a little bit, you're going to see more that size than anything else. But, you know, if you can put up with that, we have seen some pretty high quality fish coming out. So it's showing some potential. I almost picked that one up too quick, but we got lucky. All right. So that's 11 a.m. Let's go ahead and call it. Let's go ahead and call it. I need to touch base with family now that I know that I am working earlier today. We should be fine on our bike ticket to do the old respawn trick here. I don't think there's any oh, that's probably still worth it. If we had fished there longer, I'm guessing we would have had at least, you know, it's likely we would have gotten a tench that would have been just perfect for that order. But either way, that 14 silver is probably a little bit more than the tench would have sold for on its own right. So 14 plus 128. Again, in about 18 to 20 minutes. It's hard to make a judgment on a spot in that short of a time, but it shows potential. I still think blackcurrant seems to be working pretty well here at Amber. I am curious about that double tutti fruity trick with the big boilies. I'm sure it's going to be slow though, but might be fun to try to catch a big trophy. And also might want to check out that Old Berg spot. We'll just see how the evening goes, but thank y'all so much for joining me. I hope you're all doing really well. Tight lines to everybody. I'm sorry that I just really haven't had as much of a presence here on YouTube or Twitch as I normally would, but I'm hopefully going to be heading in the right direction in terms of my health and feeling a little better. Get over this crud. All right, tight lines. See you next time.